So, how's everyone doing? God, I hope everybody's doing good. So today, I am going to show you basically how to insulate a non-insulated garage door. We're going to go through, we're going to put some insulation in there, we're going to put some vinyl back on it, and we're going to turn this garage door into a non-hollow pan, uninsulated garage door into an insulated garage door. Yes, indeedy, we are. So, with no further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we got some insulation here. Second of all, you got to check the depth of your door. You got to measure. You got to do some measuring tape, you know, in case I want to return it. But anyways, so this foam for a rib door right now, this is I believe this is a clope door. This foam is roughly, it's about 7/8. So I think they called it 1 inch. You know, I went in there and actually measured with a tape measure. That's why I bought a tape measure. But I measured my depth. So we got the foam. I'm going to measure out on the foam. You got to do your dimensions. And I'll show you what I do to kind of sneak it in there. And then we'll go from there. All right. So what I want to do is my foam's going to run up to this gusset here. That's not going to go under it. And this gusset here, it is going to go underneath of it. So I measured right around, I left it a little bit light, 39.5. So that's what I'm going to make my foam. And I know it's 23.5 to sneak it in here. And I make it a little tight, so you got to bow it to get in there so it doesn't pop out on you. So we're going to do that. And we'll get cutting on this stuff here. I'll measure this out and we'll get started. Tape measure, Sharpie. All right, we're going to do our height, which was 23.5. Let's go up here. Put a little mark there. Put a mark here. Okay, now we got to do our length, which is 39.5. I believe. 39.5 it is. So some of this I got to do because of the shortages in the world. So it's actually faster for me to build doors. So I'm starting to build doors. I'm a kind of impatient person. I don't like waiting 6 months to a year to get my product. So I will build it. And the next stage will be, I'm just going to start building wood doors. Because I don't want to wait. That's what we used to have to deal with, is wood garage doors. So anyways, you know, I used a really sophisticated piece of tooling here. 2x4. I am going to double check my measurements because I do not have any extra foam. So everything's got to be spot on. 23, just a hair light. Boom. Boom. All right. So this is my crazy contraption here. I'll make sure you can see this. It's actually a scraper. It's a scraper. It's a razor blade. I just clamped on a pair of vice grips to get me through this thick foam. My razor blade wouldn't quite do it. I actually was carrying a different Milwaukee. Ooh, yes. This guy, I'm kind of liking it. I actually learned how to sharpen knives now the right way instead of just kind of so I've kind of been digging the regular knife now because now I know how to sharpen it. So the old razor blade. So, but this is what we're going to use. which maybe I'll try the Milwaukee here in a minute. We'll try it. I haven't tried it yet. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a full cut since this is pretty wobbly. Boom. Do 2 cuts, gets us through it pretty much. Bam, just like that. Now we got our 1 line there to cut. I always got to find my position to do this. That one. There's that one. Spin her around. That. There's that. Okay. Clean that up later. All right, so we're good there. So our foam is cut. Now, show you the good stuff. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. So we basically have to get under this gusset that's hollow. Hollow here, solid down here. You really almost got to bow this stuff. And what I like to do is I like to get it slipped over into one side. And then I like to get the door against something where I'm pulling. So I'm kind of pulling this way. This doesn't always work. I got kind of greedy yesterday and I started breaking some of it. So you got to be careful. I'm only doing about like a 1/4 inch gap. So what I do is I get her started. Let that stuff fall down in there a little more. Right there. Boom. Boom. It's resting in there right now. I still got a hump back here. And I was using a little 2x4 like this, or I just use my hand, and I like to tap it under this gusset right here. Boom. Just like that. And then I go ahead, got to work both sides kind of in. Oop, oop, getting greedy. There we go. There we go. Insulation is in. There we go. So I leave that. Oh, and by the way, this is stuff, I purchased all this stuff from Menards. So you can get this from your hardware store. Most of the big ones, Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards. So that's where I got this. Next, I got to cut the backing for it. Now, in a perfect world, this would be up on sawhorses, but my sawhorses are running low because we got so many jobs going right now. And I really didn't feel like buying another set. Because then somebody has to go to the store, somebody has to deal with the cashier, somebody's got to pay the tax man, and I just didn't really feel like dealing with it. So we're basically going to mark this out to the same dimensions of the foam. I make my, that's not on the money. Okay, right there. Make it right about the same. And like I said, you just got to kind of use your own calculation. I say worst thing if you had to. You can always cut a little big, and you can always take some off, but you can't add it. I have found that out. So for me, I'm right there. All right, there, and I'm right there. And we're good. Take this, make my mark on this, I don't know what this stuff's called. I don't even know what it's called. I just know it's some kind of backer. I think it's made for showers, honestly. But I knew it would do the job. Okay. So heater out of the way. It's cold out. There we go. Okay, so now this gets to be a really dirty part. I would definitely highly recommend the respirator, but this is entertainment purposes. I've edited this so you can't see mine. I got just a, it's almost like a cement blade on here. This is an all-purpose cutting one though I got. Works really good. But so if you're wondering how I'm cutting it, kind of like a cement blade. Something that's just like a grinder. Works pretty good. Doesn't chap it all up. Okay. And some hearing protection. Huh? What'd you say? Oh. All right. So what I did is I went to the store and I bought this too in the aisle there. It's basically just a clip I can put on there for my end. You'll see that in a minute here. I'll show you. Okay. I think this stuff's easier than the foam. The biggest thing is getting this getting this belly in here and just feeling the material, how it's reacting is kind of the biggest trick. You know, you always want to stick this far. If you're working this side, you always want to get this in here as far as you can, so it gives you that room. So what I do is once I get it kind of bellied up like this, I actually start taking my 2x4 again. Make sure I push down on that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want to go any farther because I want to get my clip in here. So what I do with this is I actually just cheat. Go like this. I check to get my length right there. That's pretty accurate. Grab myself an old grinder here. Put it about where my thumb is. Don't cut your thumb off. I got my little clip now. This side I don't worry about because it's tucked under. This side shows reveal a little bit, and it's just a nicer way to do it. Makes it look professional. Okay, there we go. There we go. She's slipping. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. Now, what do I do with my screwdriver? Now what I do is I take my screwdriver, just a little flathead, and I actually kind of push everything back over there. I'll show you why. I'm trying to close this gap back up. I just want to make sure everything's pushed over this way. So that's what this does. It just helps make it look a little more professional. Like I said, because this side, it's tucked underneath. And I'll do something with that in a minute too. Okay. I like to kind of tap everything. Just put a little pressure on it. Everything looks good. Everything's sitting good. And then what I'm doing is I'm just taking these screws, that's all I had, that are self-tappers, and well, not self-tappers, they're just pointies. I just took something like this, and what I'm looking for is I'm actually looking for that. Just that, Phillips, nothing major. I needed something a little depth to it. This is all I had. And what I'm doing is it's actually going to pick up this side a little bit. Right here. what I do is I kind of get it up out of the way for the hinges for the guys. So I'm going to shoot it right here. And all I'm doing is I'm picking up this material. It brings it to the surface a little bit, and then it also keeps that from ever shifting this way, which will make that side not look so good over time. And we'll do the same. I'll do about a distance right here. And there we go. Now we have an insulated door with a nice vinyl back. Nice, very nice. So you can see there, you know, insulated, not insulated. So, what I'm going to tell you, little pros and cons. The con to insulating a door like this, it's a lot of time. I don't know what it's averaging me, but it's got to be darn near a full day messing around with the foam and stuff, going to get the material. So this is taking a lot of time. I would rather knock down a sandwich door all day long, cut the ends off. But if you have to insulate your garage door, this is a way to do it. It can be done. It'll work out, gets us out of a pinch. We have a customer that it needs to be done. So we're getting her done. So I do want to show you one more. I'm going to show you one more down here, what I do. So if you get into a pickle, you know what to do. So hang on there 1 second. So I wanted to show you this before I go, this side here. And what it is actually on this side, it's a little different because I actually have two cavities. So these both go in. I have two, the gussets are facing each other versus one's facing opposed or whatever you want to call it. So what I do is I actually make the foam a little bit longer. That way the customer's also getting more insulation on their door. And I'm going to show you what I do when I get to that point. All right, we'll go ahead and cut another piece of foam. Like I said, this one's going to be actually longer, but not taller in height. So 3/4, bam. Ah, there she be. All right. Next. Okay, so what I do is, since nobody's seeing this side, what I do is I just put a cut in it pretty much anywhere. I don't know why I do it 3/4, but I do it 3/4. So I'm just going to make a pass right down here, hold her here. Acting kind of grainy on me. There we go. So there we go. Now, I don't know what it was. I thought I'd do with a small piece first, or no, last night, and that didn't work out so good. So actually, I think I'm going to do the small piece first. Like I say, got to get that crown in it. Boom, it's in there. Got to get all the way over. We're in this gusset here, so we're in that cavity. This one can be a little trickier. Okay, got to be gentle. We got it in there. Like I said, I probably should do it the other way, pulling it against me, but since you're kind of in my way, you know, camera. But it's okay. I like having you around. Okay, come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, we're going to go the other way. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a crown in her. There she is. You got to it's just wiggle. It's just feel the energy. I like it. It's okay sitting there. It's stabilized. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to get under this gusset here, put my finger on this for a second, just give her some love taps. Love taps. Yes. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and keep going, working her. Boom. Yes. There we go. It's meated up. It's got a little more insulation for the customer to help keep that R value in there for them. Which unfortunately, they don't have much. We know that as garage door guys if you're a professional. But they got sandwich. You know, the problem is with garage doors, a lot of people don't understand is they leak. I had a guy, an old timer. He's like, you can have the best garage door in the world, the best R value, the thickest garage door, but the problem is around the weather seal, the seams here, they leak. So if you're leaking air, what good is the R value? So I always use that to, you know, just kind of happens. So, you know, if you just take your time, you won't make mistakes like I did. I got a little too rambunctious one night with it. Another thing you do have to consider is if you do change insulation, you know, you wouldn't think by putting insulation in a garage door. Now, I say if you just probably do the foam, you probably get away if you have a door that's got an operator on it. But, you know, if you put these on here, this has actually got a little bit of weight to it. So you got to imagine this one's a 10 by 10. This could add up. So this could change the balance of the door. So you might have to mess with the springs. You might change the geometry of the garage door. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people just go, well, I'll just insulate it later. And I just go, I go, you are, why don't you just do it now? Because they're probably going to mess it up. So, but this is a way that a homeowner could do it, or you guys that are professional, or even me. I'm the professional. And this is the way I got to do it, because this is the times, man. This is when you got to be in the, you know, depression days. So I'm just going to make it happen. Anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along. If you would, maybe on your way out, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Love to have you here. Comment. Don't be afraid to comment. If you know a better way, I love reading your guys' comments. I love seeing how you guys do it. I've had a couple of you guys, you know, send me emails, send me pictures. I love the pictures. I love learning. So if there's another way you know how to do this, versus, you know, just order the door that way, Dave. Just order the door that way. You know, I know that, but this is what I got to deal with. And so I would love to know. But this is probably about the best I can do from what I know. Out of the, whatever, 15 years I think I've been doing this now. So, anywho, I hope you guys take care. See you on the next one.